Hi, I'm Ryan Pearcy from Kuhn North America. Today I want to kind of do some features and benefits and walk around on the Axent 100.1. This is a large volume precision dry fertilizer applicator. So the Axent is kind of an extension of some technology we have from mounted 3-point fertilizer spreaders. It's up to 335 cubic feet, about 20,000 pounds worth of payload. It has two different packs. You can kind of see right here, it's got a hook and then some electrical wires and hydraulic hoses that go in there. The pack we have on right now is what we call the Axis pack. So it's for dry fertilizer and cover crop seeds. The whole system here really has some key advantages when it comes to applying the actual fertilizer itself. The first is we have ultra wide working widths. A typical average North American urea, whether it's coated or not, can go up to 120 feet, and a typical spread width. You can also get MAP, DAP, and some other common blends up to at least that 120-foot spread width. How that is accomplished on the machine. Here in the back, you have a belt conveyor that is taking it from the main hopper. You have a main agitator, so this is used whether it's with dry fertilizer, if you also have it with lime, that breaks up any of those clumps, especially if you get a hot, humid day where it'll tend to stick. It'll break it up and allow it to go into the mini hopper. Here you have a dual disc system. Fertilizer comes out right here where my finger is, in between these brushes. There's actually a gate inside there that opens and closes. We figured out that allowing that fertilizer to always fall on the same point of that disc and blocking that side wind. Here we have the air fin system, which helps block some of that side wind, as well as the brush helps block some of that side wind. If we can keep it falling on that same point of that disc, we can send that fertilizer out to that 120-foot plus working widths. And again, depending on the material's quality. With this machine, there's also another key ingredient in that precision step, and that really is the application rate control. This is the most precise application rate controlled machine in the world. The typical North American spinner spreader, we measure about 9 to 10% inefficiency, so that's actually 9 to 10% misapplication of material. 100 pounds an acre, you can see anywhere from 90 to 91 to 109 to 110 because it doesn't really control that fertilizer to a fine-tuned point. With this system, we fill this fertilizer into the mini bin all the time. This gate opens and closes, and how it closes and opens is on this hydraulic motor inside here that spins the spinner disc. There is a torque sensor. All the time it is measuring how much resistance to turning it takes to be able to overcome and spin that fertilizer. It knows based off of the CPU on the machine that a certain amount of torque that it sees means a certain amount of flow of material. It's doing this every second. If it senses that the number you typed into the terminal doesn't match, it will automatically open or close those openers. So this is how we can get to 2% or less misapplication, which is again the best in the industry. The rest of the spinner assembly, some key things about it is it comes standard with the ability to do section control. So you can step it down up to 4 times a side. If you get into a point row, it'll start stepping down those sections so you're not over applicating. The way it does it is it changes that drop point a little bit, and it also slows down or speeds up the spinner discs. This whole assembly, like I said, is for dry fertilizer or cover crops. We also have a separate pack if you want to apply ag lime, some other materials like that that are a bit chunky. We have that ability to be able to put this right in place. The rest of the machine, some key things about it is an integrated hydraulic system on board, so you don't need a very large tractor. 175, 180 horsepower is what we recommend as a minimum. The tongue, so the drawbar on the machine itself, is actually independently suspended. There's a hydrodynamic suspension system in there. So what that means, you go faster in the field, you're going to be able to keep in that seat a lot better because it's going to take a lot of that shock load out. You'll also see a key thing is the opener, so the hydraulic or the cover is hydraulically operated. You can open it up or close it down from the cab seat itself, so you don't have to get out and unroll a tarp. This machine, as an option, you will be able to see this and get this from us, has a steering axle. Where we really see this is if you're in any kind of slopes, any kind of side hills, it'll be able to keep it from sliding down that side hill, so it'll follow more in line with that tractor. We see more and more people on our mounted machines, and it's going to continue with this, wanting to apply a cover crop. The key thing with this machine is, one, even those cover crops that are relatively cheaper, especially if they get more expensive, you can even get more fine-tuned control of that, and you keep that application rate more fine-tuned. That means you're going to be able to make sure you get that right amount of that seed out to where it should be. So you're going to get a much more even stand. You're going to be able to lock up a lot more of that nitrogen. With this also, because of this system, it's just much more efficient. We can take something like cereal rye and spread it at 90 feet consistently. Winter wheat, which is used as a cover crop in a lot of key areas, you can spread it out to 120 feet. We have some customers doing this on the mounted machines. And the machine is standard with a variable rate controller integrated into it. It's all isobus, so you can plug it into whatever, John Deere 2630, Trimble system, a system that has isobus, and if you've got an ISO XML map, you can go ahead and start spreading at a variable rate.